Escape to the metaverse. Better act like you know. Yeah. You are now tuned into the Matthew and Rizzle show. Yeah. Escape to the metaverse. Better act like you know. Yeah. You are now tuned into the Matthew and Rizzle show. Yeah. Escape to the metaverse. Better act like you know. You are now tuned into the Matthew and Rizzle show. Yeah. Escape to the metaverse. Better act like you know. You are now tuned into the Matthew and Rizzle show. Yeah.
I love you.
Thank you, Robot Lady. Cool. Another episode of the Matthew and Rizzle show. It's beginning right now. Dude, my co-host, Rizzle, welcome back. Hope you had a good Thanksgiving, dude.
Yeah, thank you, man. Nice to, we didn't even take a week off, did we? We took a week off of the whip, but not the podcast. Yeah, it feels like we never left. No, dude, Thanksgiving was good. It's always like kind of interesting. I don't know. I'm so deep into this, like where my passion is, my hobby is, my life is my lifestyle, that like taking a step away from it for a few days is always like kind of a weird experience, to be like surrounded by people who like really know nothing about anything that I'm doing. And like, you know, and, you know, the conversations aren't even about anything, and then to, you know, get back into it and everything. So I don't know. It's one of those things where it's like cool to step away for a few days, but it's also like nice to be back, like, you know, doing what I love. What about you, man? You had a nice break?
Yeah, man, it was great. Mom and dad flew into town. It was great to host them for the holidays, play like prodigal son for a second. But I'm curious, like on your end, I saw a little tweet about the normies like not caring about JPEGs or something like that. Any funny anecdotes from the Thanksgiving table when people are like doing how's the metaverse or anything like that?
Well, so dude, I actually, it was my son's birthday. And so we had like, you know, a little party and some of his friends over and everything. And, you know, have to make, you know, awkward social interaction with, you know, parents that I don't know and everything. And inevitably, like, what do you do for work comes up and everything. And I actually like ran into this dude who was like truly like a true normie who had no idea what was going on, who was like truly fascinated in what was going on and everything. And so I actually had like a really cool like conversation with someone who's like way outside of our wheelhouse, who was like very interested, and it was actually like very challenging to try and, you know, step in back into the very beginning and give people like a base layer of knowledge who like really want one, who like are just curious and not just trying to be like, give me some investment advice or something like that. And so I apologize a couple times. I'm like, dude, I'm sorry. I have no idea how deep I am in the rabbit hole sometimes. And he's like, no, you're doing a great job. So I feel like it was actually like a good exercise for me to sort of, you know, go back to basics and try and, you know, get the information out. What about you, man? Any interesting interactions about your lifestyle?
Not with the mom and dad. I don't know how, but they sort of grok what I do. I think the art focus makes it a little bit easier for them to digest.
Yeah.
But I have a good mate over here in Portland. He had been into Bitcoin early, and then he lost it all. Like one of these situations where a buddy was doing the investing for him and then just totally rugged him at some point. So he had been a no coiner for a minute, and I mean, on Art Blocks, they had that project, Friendship Bracelets. Snowfro had that collab with Alexis Andre and got a grip of those. So I was like, dude, we were having a pint, and I was like, man, all right, get yourself a trust wallet, and I'm going to hook you up with one of these Friendship Bracelets. And this is when it was like sub 0.1 ETH floor or whatever. And it jumped up to around like 0.3 over the past week. And you just, holy shit. So I was like, okay, cool. Like a positive, finally, like, a positive interaction for onboarding recently. So that was a really fun thing for me to have experience with recently. So I have another one. I'm going to give it out to another no coiner friend before Christmas as like a stocking stuffer. So excited for that.
Yeah. That's actually a great idea, man. I have a couple friendship bracelets too. And I'm like, again, this is like a rabbit hole situation. I'm like, well, all my friends have on-chain chains. So all my friends got friendship bracelets. So who do I even give a friendship bracelet to? Or who doesn't even have one? Shout out Snowfro, man. What a cool project. I knew those would be like a good thing to hang on to given his like legacy in the space, if nothing else for like the historic value and everything. That's cool, man. So dude, man, we were talking in the beginning, and I've been grinding hard working on this advent calendar situation, and I know you were around in the early advent calendar days of Mintbase. Do they still do that? Do you know?
Dude, I haven't heard any updates from Mintbase since they like went over to Near or whatever. Like shout out Carolyn Wend and Nate Geyer,
Yep.
the folks behind Mintbase. But like back in the day, for folks who may not remember, they put on like a serious advent calendar, like daily meetup situation over in CryptoVoxels. They brought in, I think OpenSea was a sponsor, Cent was a sponsor. They had all these, Axie Infinity, I believe, was a sponsor, all these OG projects that sponsored prizes for like daily meetup giveaway situations in CryptoVoxels. It was amazing.
Yeah, and dude, and the thing that I'm doing is like a complete I won't say ripoff, I would say inspiration from like what they did. It's not exactly the same thing, but I mean, I remember the success of those events. Those early events were like so successful that it was impossible to claim things at times. I actually gave up like through the very first edition. After a couple attempts, I was like, dude, this is impossible. It's like completely clogged with people and everything. But it was totally random, dude. I work in collaboration with this dude, Kenneth, at MONAVERSE, who I love because he's always just like down to roll with some weird idea. And he was like, dude, we should do an advent calendar thing with, in MONAVERSE. And I'm like, dude, you're preaching to the choir, man. And I immediately thought of like Mintbase. I was like, it'd be so cool to this is like a couple weeks ago. I was like, dude, it would be cool to like line up 24 sponsors and give out like a whole bunch of shit like every single day, just like Mintbase did back in the day. It was like the OG Metaverse advent calendar situation. And he was like, yeah, that would be cool. And I was like, all right, cool, let's do it. And immediately, dude, I hit up like all the fam and like all, like, I should read you the list, man. It's worth going through. It's like all people we know. Were the most obvious people for me to hit up because a lot of these either participated as a sponsor in the past or as a participant in the past. So they like immediately knew the deal, of what was going on and was pretty flattered, man. I thought I was going to have to put out like a public call to see if, to get some people in there. But the lineup is sick, dude.
Go through the list.
Yeah, I'll go through the list. So before I go through the list, so the way it's going to work, it's going to start, this podcast is going to drop tonight in theory, maybe tomorrow. But it'll start December 1st. And the way it'll work is, every day a tweet's going to come out from MONAVERSE. It'll be the same parcel every day that people have to go into from 1 to 2 p.m. Eastern time. And that'll be the claim window for that day's sponsor. And then every time you complete you fill out the guest list successfully in that claim period, it enters you into a raffle for the grand prize at the end. So in theory, if you are in every day and claiming the cool free stuff from all the sponsors, you're also getting, 23 raffle tickets at the end for the grand prize, sponsored by Mona, which is they're like compiling like a bunch of shit. I don't know what it is, but, based on their like previous contests, they like hook it up. So yeah, dude, I mean, tell me who you don't know. These are all the participants that are giving out stuff throughout the course of the month. Meme Explorers, Rare Candy took 3 days, with all different stuff. Mighty 3-3, Metajax, Dow Records, Sugar Club, Skeeny, Async, Rare Gotchi, Rare Candy, again, CK Bubbles, who's a builder in the MONAVERSE wheelhouse, Rah Rah Social, me, I'm like taking my birthday and gonna do something that day that I'll keep on the DL for now. Skate going with our dude Love Handles, Fake Gotchi, aka Avagachi, Sandy Meows, the Meow Meows got her own day. Cats Will Eat You is actually going to do a special drop. December 18th is his 16-year anniversary of making art every single day. So he's, his claim to fame is he's actually like, I forget what it is, like 27 days ahead of people or something like that, and never got any credit. Even though he's sort of getting, I feel like he's getting his little come up now, but hopefully this will give him a bump. So December 18th, he's giving out a commemorative NFT for his 16-year anniversary. OB Systems is on the 19th. We got Meme Explorers again on the back end. Varietyverse, which is Crux doing a MONAVERSE event, promoting that on the 21st. Crypto Motors, those guys, Voxel Architects, and then wrapping it up with Mona grand prize thingy at the very end. So I'm like, dude, like, how I roll, man. I'm like, I want to claim shit from all of these people, and that's why I line them up. Is it like super selfish of me to like line up stuff that I want to claim? Like maybe, but like, this is all the fam. You know what I mean? It's like cool. Like, dude, I don't even know if I had anyone say no who I like reached out to. There was just, everyone was like, yeah, down to roll, to do the thing. I got to give a shout out to Fractillions, man. She's been helping set up this advent calendar parcel. And it's cool. It's like, again, somewhat of an inspiration from Mintbase in the sense that like, every single day has a corresponding banner with their sponsor in it and a claim link to it with a guest list that, we're still getting set up. And some people will have like, free claim links or free mint links depending on the giveaways and everything. But it's a modified version of that same spot, that same catwalk. And we drop some, holiday.vrm's avatars in there. So if people want to get, dressed up to claim their thing, they can do that. I don't know, man. It should be fun. Like, I feel like we've been missing stuff like this. Or if we haven't been, I've been overlooking it or haven't been like, totally involved in it and everything. So, I don't know, man. I feel like I'm preparing for the holidays, like straight metaverse style and feeling festive. It'll be fun.
Dude, and that list that you compile, like you said, it's all the homies. We've been doing things with all of them for years in some cases. You love to see when the family just gets back together and plays the shenanigans back again. It's so cool. And you put that list together in less than a week. Like, I think I remember.
I put it together in like 4 days.
Yeah. Like on the Thanksgiving version of the whip, and it was just like, boom, like before Thanksgiving, all locked and loaded. That's so tight.
Yeah. Well, dude, I think it's exactly what you said, man. It feels like holidays with the fam, right? Like everybody's involved, like, on every day in some capacity. And the people who aren't directly involved are like part of these communities who will like, want to get the thing that they're giving out. And it's all cool stuff, man. People, some of these giveaways, I won't spoil them. I won't, drop all the alpha here, but some of these giveaways are sick, dude. It's not like just, collect your daily POAP or anything. People are rolling out the red carpet on some of these days. So it's cool, man. And it's, I don't know. I like giving shit away, man. I feel like it spreads the love. Everyone loves getting free shit. NFTs sort of make it so that it's not like super cost prohibitive to give away a bunch of cool free stuff for people, some of these independent artists and everything in here. So I'm pretty stoked, man. It should be dope.
Dude, like the Mona Advent, what's the official name of the Advent calendar event?
It's like the Mona Advent calendar, something like that.
Love it. That's the most crazy name I've ever heard of. Dude,
yeah, I don't know what you call it. So I started hitting up, and already MetaJax is tweeting out. He's like, the Rizzle Advent calendar. I'm like, wait. I mean, I did line it all up, but like officially, it's getting routed through Mona and getting like the main promo through Mona. And like, shit, dude, if Fractillions, from Mona wasn't helping me put this together, it would be some real janky looking shit. So
yeah.
So certainly like leaning on them for support. I don't know. Maybe I should come up with a more creative name by tomorrow. We'll see what I can do.
I mean, the Mona Advent Calendar event, the friendship race, that like these are opportunities to help get folks that haven't been in the space easily, right?
Yeah.
Hey, let me gift you a free valuable NFT. Oh, let me invite you to a daily advent calendar event where you can jump in virtually with a bunch of other people and get some free stuff, right? Some free crypto powered artifacts. Like, no,
Like
you don't need to give
OGs,
up anything. Like, is give up a couple minutes of your time. Like, this is onboarding. It really is, in my personal opinion.
Yeah. I'm stoked, man. It's fun, like it's fun to come up with, and I can't even claim credit for this, man. This is really Kenneth's like brainchild that he just like, sort of, green lighted and get, they're putting up a bunch of prizes too, MONAVERSEs and everything. But he sort of pitched the idea. I was like, hell yeah, let's roll. Sent it over to Fractillions because needed some help on the parcel. She's like, hell yeah, let's do it. And all the sponsors that I hit up are like, I don't know. I always feel like self-conscious asking for like free stuff, but for like stuff like this, I feel like, it's mutually beneficial from like a sponsorship perspective, but also like kind of fun. But I'm also, I hate to like try and, I hate asking creators to do things for free,
Yeah.
but everyone's like, hell yeah. And if I were on the flip
Christmas
side,
time is the one time where it's like the spirit of the holiday season is to give these things away, right? So it's really the only time I have felt in the past comfortable, like asking folks to be, yo, you want to do something for the culture, like without any thought about profit or money or anything like that. And like your experiences, everyone is always down, right?
Yeah.
It really is that kind of like really sweet unlock, like one chance throughout the year to do something without caring about money at first.
Yeah. It's really inspiring, man. I'm not gonna lie. It's like cool to see. It like actually does like I don't know, sort of get you in the holiday spirit a little bit. Dude, we're like 20 minutes deep into this podcast and I haven't even like ranted or raved about anything yet at all. I feel like our last like 4 or 5 podcasts have been like us ripping into shit, and now I'm like, hey, I'm ready for the holidays. This is so fun.
I mean, we got to change the narrative, right? Like, fuck it. Like, if there's not so much, I mean, there are positives, I think, out there. Like, top of mind, Matt Cain's Gazers just hit its 1-year anniversary. Shout out to that project. There's a lot of artists that are really doing their damn thing and have tons of positive stories, right? So, like, what we've been talking about, like, the more critical side of things, like, you got to manifest that positivity, and you're fucking doing the damn thing with the Moon Advent Calendar event. So, I mean,
I appreciate that.
I'm happy to have a positive episode. Like,
yeah. Well, dude, to the point of what you're saying, man, the other thing that's been like really inspiring throughout this bear market is that the artists don't skip a beat, man. They don't give a fuck. Like, and that's what gives me hope for this space, like more than anything, and why like all the FTX and like SBF like shit is like, I mean, trust me, I'd be salty if I had like a bunch of money invested in it, but also like, I'm sort of in it for the bigger vision in terms of, where this is all headed. And like the artists give me more hope than like anything else going on out there, because they're creating value in this space like every single day, like irrespective of the price of crypto fluctuations and everything. And I feel like we've seen it in like multiple, you and I, like, bird's eye view from multiple bear markets now. The artists just do not give a shit, dude. And they're just going to keep doing their thing. And it's, one of the best vehicles for them still to like get their stuff out there. And I don't know that you might have more stats than I do, man, but it doesn't feel like from what I see on my end that the art market has really slowed down, or at least slowed down like correspondingly to how like the larger crypto market has slowed down.
Yeah, like on any given day, there's a few $1 million of spend that's going around between projects, and that those projects could be art focused, they could be like more collectible focused. But as we've seen, like the art side of things has been dominant over the past few months, almost half year, really taking the wind out of the sails of most of the PFP projects. We've seen an uptick in these serial one-of-one projects, like one-of N style things. Cody's done one on Blueprints over on Async. A bunch of other artists have. Miss Al Simpson has her drop coming up, I think, on the 6th of December. So yeah, but the artists are cooking and they have been cooking. And exactly to your point, they don't give a fuck what the market is doing. They're going to create amazing art regardless. And they were doing this before like selling crypto art was a thing, when they were selling one of ones on super rare for less than $100. They were doing it during the bull and they're still doing it now. And it's inspiring. And honestly, like what you're doing too with the Advent calendar event, it's in the same vein. And that's what we've always been doing for the culture, creating to have fun, because it's like, what else are you going to do? Stare at numbers and charts and like do TA all day? Like, honestly, fuck that. If you're not having fun in this space, you're totally doing crypto wrong.
Yeah. Yeah, it's great, man. It's fun to be sort of empowered to pull off these things as well, man. You know, to have the support of the community and people sort of pull together and come together. I don't know, man. It feels honestly like we're sort of getting back to our roots a little bit, like some of these old days where like you were just saying, man, creators were just sort of creating, like just to sort of see what happened and see what weird, fun things we could do. And like, I don't know, every now and again there would be a sale, you know, and you bought that like legendary piece for like $1,000 or something, like, you know, 1,000 years ago. And now we like casually like, you know, and any given day, there's a couple $1 million worth of sales and everything. But the vibe now, even though there is a market, feels like old times again, where we're just sort of getting back to experimentation. And I don't know, the mainstream, I feel like we're sort of out of the spotlight again, even though like crypto and NFTs and that kind of stuff is still sort of in the spotlight. But I feel like what the mainstream sees and is focused on is definitely not us or what we're doing, even though this is like where all the coolest shit is at.
No, you're right. I mean, and this is that opportunity, because the mainstream narrative is looking at crypto like a joke again. They're like, any late night show that you're watching, there's going to be a crack or two or three where they're like disparaging crypto. People, like, they're laughing at people losing their life savings in Bitcoin and shit like that. They're not focused on the artists that are still doing their thing, that are making crazy sales. Like, again, like the Matt Canes that have been doing like revolutionary shit on the blockchain when it comes to art for years. And especially with like their most recent like Gazer's project, right? Like no one's talking about that again yet, but this is what happens in every cycle. People fade you. They think there's nothing there anymore. And then the artists just keep doing their thing and they bring the interest back eventually. Someone from the quote unquote mainstream is going to be like, oh shit, actually there's been a lot of cool shit that's been happening while we've been fading this whole entire industry. Oh, that's interesting. And then the narratives and the new positive narrative cycle starts again. So as long as you can be focused on something positive, something that excites you, something that excites like a few folks in your circle around you, I mean, it really is the way. And yeah, I mean, I'm not sure if we need to keep hammering the point home, but something like the Mona Advent calendar is, again, just a perfect example. And super excited to share those links with folks and have everyone invite folks that they know to jump in those couple hours every day in December throughout the holiday seasons. It's going to be beautiful, man.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm going to, as per tradition, I'm going to try and do some dumb shit on my birthday as well this year. So I feel like I started that. Now I'm like 4 years deep or something like that. I can't stop now. So yeah, man, it's all fun. It's fun. I don't know. And maybe this was sort of like stepping away from it for a few days. And sometimes I feel like I get, almost too in the weeds and aggravated with some of the stuff that's going on in the space. And, I mean, how I get irritated about some of the influencers, effect and the grifters and all this shit. But I don't know, man, maybe it's something about, stepping away and coming back with like a bigger perspective. And, all it just seemed, and we've touched on this in like previous podcasts, man. I'm like, dude, all these people who are like lined up on this calendar and who have like been in there with the whip with us and everything, it's all the same people, man, that were like just as passionate about this, like, you know, a few years ago. And like, sure, there's been, you know, a few more people that have piled on over the years and everything, but and a few that fell off, of course, as well. But like the main, you know, nucleus or whatever, like really doesn't look too much different and really doesn't seem to have lost like a lot of the passion or the drive that they've always had. Like, you know, you see like these same art, like the ones that you just mentioned. It's like, you know, Miss Al Simpson didn't go anywhere. Like, you know, she's still out here. Like, Mighty Moose keeps like popping into my head. He's just like chiming in on some of the stuff we've been saying lately. But like, he's grinding, dude. And he's someone who's like never really gotten his, like, dude, actually, I should back up because a lot of these like OG crypto artists really never got their time in the spotlight, but don't give a fuck and are still out there. And I feel like that is different than a lot of the projects that entered the space. You know, in the early days, it was either artists or like 1-2 man project type of things. But you know, now I feel like with the funding that these projects have and the risk that's on the table, you know, if they don't hit a home run, a lot of them disappear immediately. There's no like weathering the bear market. It's like, you know, say fuck it and try again, you know, reinvent the wheel somewhere else or something like that. But like, you got to give a shout out to a lot of these OG artists who are some of these people like coming to our things in the same fam as we are, who never really got their time in the spotlight that they certainly deserved during the bull market for their contributions to the space. But they don't they probably give a fuck, but they're still out here having fun and not quitting due to that. And, I don't know, man, it's just really cool to see that go down the deeper we get into this bear market, which I still don't think is going anywhere anytime soon. So, you don't know, claim your advent calendar stuff and don't get your hopes up.
Dude, that's a perfect place to end, I think.
It'll be fun.
No, it's going to be fun, man. It's going to be really fun. 100%.
Dude,
Totally.
but right, like, remember the early, and I'll shut up after this though, but like the early Crypto Voxels days, man, were so fun and totally pointless and meaningless. And we've like brought up the trip to No Shot's shoe store like a billion times, but there were like a billion things like that where it's like, how much did those cost at the time? It's $8 or something. Who knows? You know, something trivial, but it's just so fun. And then it was like, you know, no one had any intentions on like reselling them, or maybe they did, or whatever. It doesn't even matter. But then it was just like, hey, this is so fun. We all got shoes. What are we gonna do next week? And just like stupid shit like that is so great. So yeah, man, I'm feeling in a positive mood this week. It feels good to unleash a upbeat podcast.
100%, dude. No, looking forward to it and love to see it. Really excited for tomorrow. With the first, I guess like right before the whip, you're going to kick this off, and then maybe like an hour or so after, then the whip kicks off again, for its December schedule. So looking forward to all that. What do we have on the docket for the whip tomorrow? Actually, is MLibT confirmed, and we have some pack opening with Steady. Is that right?
Yeah. In conversation with Steady and his team, they're going to be opening some packs with our audience and doing some giveaways with all of us. And then I believe we're going to get a sneak peek at MLibT's new avatar in MONAVERSE afterwards. I'm just coordinating that with him and trying to figure out exactly how that's going to go down. Cool. But he is going to be on the flagship avatar platform marketplace that MONAVERSE is putting out, along with a couple other people we know. Metageist is going to be on that as well. He's got a really dope avatar he's putting out there. So yeah, man, trying to throw that together as always, sort of at the last minute, but not too concerned because it's all cool shit we got lined up and fun stuff to give away, and should be a good time, man.
Boom. There we go. Love it, man. So let's wrap up here. We can share the links with everyone. This show's going live today on Wednesday, November 30th. And, all the good stuff, all the fun stuff will start tomorrow, Thursday, December 1st.
Woot.
Boom.
Good shit, man. See you at the whip and claiming all the things.
Later, dude.
Later, man.